Are you tired of being tired? Do you feel like your phone is buzzing, but your soul is numb? Welcome to Generation Burnout. This is a story about why we're all so tired. It's about the young people, the millennials, and the Gen Zers who feel like they're running on an endless treadmill of exhaustion. It's about the jaded eyes staring blankly at the laptop screens, the vacant stares of those who have worked all their lives for a future that seems to keep slipping away. It's a story about the hollowed-out faces of those who dreamed big, only to realize that the ladder of success was leaning against the wrong wall. This is a story about the silent epidemic of our times, the weariness that has become our generation's badge of honor. We start with the visuals of crowded subway trains, of phones buzzing, of people scrolling in bed. Cut with the visuals of yawning, of eye strain and sleepless nights. Narration sets the context. Why are young people more tired than ever before? A montage of interviews with mental health experts explain chronic stress and cortisol overload. But what does it mean to live in a state of chronic stress? State of complete physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion. What does it feel like to have your body constantly flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone? How does it feel to be so wired that sleep becomes elusive and dreams turn into nightmares? The hustle becomes the norm. The grind becomes the lifestyle, all in the name of chasing a dream. The voiceover fades out as we see a series of Millennial and Gen Z workers holding up signs with slogans like "Rise and Grind." Sleep when you're dead. Keep pushing. But where is the finish line in this rat race? The pressure to perform, the fear of falling behind, the constant need to prove oneself. It never ends. The voiceover returns, asking whether there's a cost to this endless chase. We look at data showing rising rates of burnout, anxiety, depression, and insomnia over the last decade. The pressure to succeed, to make something of oneself, to live up to the expectations of society, it's immense. We zoom into the workplace, okay? The voiceover talks about unpaid overtime, blurred boundaries while working from home, and the concept of performative productivity. But it's not just about working more. It's also about showing that you're working. It's about being seen as the hard-working one, even if it means sacrificing your time, your energy, your very soul. The voiceover asks, when did life become such a performance? When did the audience become the only thing that mattered? We see people checking their phones, their laptops, their tablets, even in the middle of the night, as if fearing that they might miss out on something important. We then pan to a series of social media posts that promote an unrealistic and often unaffordable lifestyle. The voiceover talks about how social media encourages us to compare our everyday lives to other people as highlight reels. And then there's the toxic positivity, the relentless cheerfulness that tells us to hustle, to grind, to push harder, even when we're burnt out, even when we're crying. The voiceover asks, when did being tired become a badge of honor? When did we start equating exhaustion with commitment and dedication? The medical experts talk about adrenal fatigue, about sleep deprivation, and emotional numbness. The voiceover asks, at what point did we decide to sacrifice our well-being at the altar of productivity? There's a shift now. The voiceover talks about the cultural expectations placed on young people, the pressure to succeed, the fear of falling behind, the constant need for validation. We see a series of young people holding up signs that say things like, I feel so lazy, I'm not achieving my goals, and I'm a failure. The voiceover says that they're not lazy. They're tired. Tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of being told to just keep going. The pandemic is touched upon, the impact of remote work, of isolation, of redefined life priorities. The voiceover asks, did we really think that burying ourselves in work would make us happier? Then comes a turning point. The pace slows down. There's a moment of quiet reflection. The voiceover says that it's okay to be tired. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to rest. We see glimpses of solutions: therapy, boundary setting, digital detoxing, the rest movements, redefining success on one's own terms. The experts say that these are all good things, but they're not enough. They say that we need systemic change. We end on a reflective, emotional note with a slowed down montage of quiet moments. A person walking in nature, a person sleeping peacefully in their bed, a person sitting quietly in a cafe, a person reading a book in a hammock, a person taking a walk in the woods, a person gazing at the stars, a person laughing with friends, a person dancing freely. As the montage continues, we hear a generation asking, is this really what life is supposed to be? To fix burnout, we must stop glorifying it. You are not lazy. You are tired, okay? And it's okay to rest. The final text appears on the screen. The video fades out with soft, ambient music.